Alright, so we are going to get us a little $10 or $12 Walmart pull. This one actually looks pretty cool. Spider-Man works out. What do you guys think, Spider-Man? Let's see what we got. I think this guy will do us well. Zebco, can't go wrong. $12.78, definitely can't go wrong. $13.85, yo, can't beat it. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So, as you can see, things are a little bit different for this episode. Instead of being on the bank, I'm in the water. Got myself a kayak a couple of months ago, and you know, I plan obviously to do some fishing with it. Gonna do some hunting from it too. So this upcoming waterfowl season, stay tuned for that. Hopefully I'll get some good content. But yeah, I'd been watching all these kayak fishing and kayak hunting videos on YouTube, and I was like, man, that looks pretty cool. So here I am. Now, I've had this thing for several months, but I've only taken it out once. And the first time I took it out, literally like every paddle stroke I did, I felt like I was going to flip over. So you can't see it right now, but on either side, I have these little like stabilizers that come out. They're like little mini pontoons, and they're pretty cool. So I can like rock back and forth, and this thing is not gonna flip over. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, today I got a couple of different lures we're gonna try out, and then just in case, I got some chicken liver because we're out here on the San Joaquin, and every time I come out here I feel like I can never go wrong with chicken liver. I've caught everything on it, you know, striped bass. Obviously they're voracious and they'll eat anything, especially, you know, chicken liver, anchovies and whatnot. Catfish, obviously, caught largemouth on chicken liver. Caught a pretty nice one actually on chicken liver. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can get. Oh, and also, as you saw earlier, I got the little $13 Walmart Zebco, and you know what they say, you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but if you give him a $13 Walmart Zebco, you feed him until the reel breaks. Alright guys, well, we're about to get to the spot where we're gonna check out in a minute, so yeah, let's get into it. All right, so we're coming up to the first little spot I want to check out. This is my first time again kayak fishing, so all of this is new to me. We're going to be exploring a lot of areas that previously were off limits to us. So yeah, we're going to check out this little overhang right over here. That might be a good spot for some bass. All right guys, first cast with the Walmart Zebco. Not what I expected. Or maybe it is. All right, we got this nice little bend in the river, and then we have a little inlet going in there. Looks like maybe a little creek or something. So we're gonna kind of fish that area. I've noticed, you know, whenever you have two waterways joining, there's usually a lot of activity there, so Gonna go ahead and give that a try. Oh, we got one. Fish on. There's a little guy. But hey, it's something, right? Oh yeah. Little striper. Ooh, I don't want to get hooked. Hey, we got something today, right? Not exactly keeper size, so we're gonna let this guy off the hook. All right, guy, thanks for playing. So a kind of tough question we as Christians have to ask ourselves on a regular basis is, what is my spiritual condition? In Lamentations 3:40, the prophet Jeremiah makes the call to God's people to honestly and wholeheartedly do a self-evaluation of ourselves. Similarly, 2 Corinthians 13:5 directs us to test ourselves to see if we are truly in the faith. So why is all of this important to our Christian life and our relationship with Jesus? It's important because in order to receive salvation, we must have saving faith, as Ephesians 2:8-9 tells us, that we have been saved by God's grace through faith and not by our own works or effort. What is saving faith anyways? Well, saving faith is the knowledge of who Jesus is, what he accomplished through his life, death, and resurrection, and why it's necessary for our salvation. Saving faith is believing that the facts of the gospel are true, and this is not just a mere intellectual agreement, but rather it's a heartfelt belief and profession that the gospel is the ultimate truth. Simply agreeing with it just isn't enough. And lastly, saving faith means placing full and complete trust in the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross for the forgiveness of your sins and the salvation of your soul from an eternal and unending hell. Without this trust, this faith, you cannot be saved. So what are these tests, and how do we test ourselves to see if we're in the faith? 1 John has a series of questions that we can actually ask ourselves, and while we examine ourselves as we ask these questions, I do want to say that it's really, really important to remember that perfection is impossible to attain in this life, and you will never, never, never be completely sinless in this life. As Romans 7:14-24 confirms that even as believers, we will struggle with sin in this life. So here's a series of tests found in 1 John that we can use to conduct a little self-evaluation for ourselves. So let's get into it. And as I read off each question, I'm also going to follow up with a scripture reference related to that particular question. And that way it just gives you another reference to go back and understand the context of each one of these questions and why it's kind of worded in the way that it is. So, number 1, do you enjoy fellowship with Christ and his redeemed people? 1 John 1:3. Number 2, would others say you walk in the light or in the darkness? 1 John 1:6-7. Number 3, do you admit and confess your sin? 1 John 1:8. Number 4, are you obedient to God's word? 1 John 2:3-5. Number 5, does your life indicate you love God rather than the world? 1 John 2:15. Number 6, do you strive to do what's right? 1 John 2:29. Number 7, are you trying to live a pure life? 1 John 3:3. Number 8, is there a pattern of decreasing sin in your life? 1 John 3:5-6. And with this, I just want to restate that we are not talking about a total absence of sin, as that's not possible in this life, but rather we're talking about sin as a way of life. Number 9, do you walk the walk rather than talk the talk as it pertains to your walk with Christ? 1 John 3:18-19. Number 10, do you have a clear conscience? 1 John 3:21. Number 11, do you demonstrate love for other Christians? 1 John 3:14. And number 12, do you experience victory in your Christian walk? 1 John 5:4. And there you have it. So if you can honestly answer yes to these questions, or if you can answer yes to most of them, and you're working on the others while praying for God's help and deliverance, I'd say you're on the right track. And just remember that sanctification is not going to be an overnight thing. So if you just found your faith yesterday, don't expect to wake up tomorrow with the level of faith and spiritual maturity as such heavy hitters as Billy Graham or John MacArthur. You know, this is going to take time, even years, maybe even longer, perhaps. And Philippians 3:12 reaffirms this truth for us when Paul says, "He is not already obtained this or am already perfect, but I press on," which highlights the continuous nature of sanctification. In any case, and wherever you may be at with your faith, I think you'll never go wrong in asking God for guidance and clarity. Consider reciting this passage from Psalm 139:23-24, and know that God will never forsake you or abandon you. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Oh, we got him. Oh, that's another decent sized little one. He's a little bit bigger. Might even be the same. Nah, it's not the same one. That would be funny though. Look at that. Oh, he's a little bit bigger. Send some of your big brothers or sisters this way, please. Oh well, you're hooked all weird. All right, guys. Here we go. Back in the water. All right. Let's keep on floating. See what else we can get. Hopefully we get us a keeper. Oh. We are on to something nice. Ooh. All right. Hey, we got us a catfish. And you know what? I'm going to keep him. All right, buddy. You are going in the back. or in the bag. In the bag in the back. We're going to fry this guy up tonight. Catch and cook. Hey guys, so we just got home and we got our fish prepared. We got 2 little catfish fillets. Not a whole lot to work with, but that's okay because we're gonna make the most of it. The recipe that I found online was for an easy Cajun catfish recipe. That's what it was titled. That was the first thing that popped up in Google, so I'm like, cool, I want to do that because it's easy. And it mentioned Cajun, so perfect. I got 2 fillets, obviously, so I'm going to try one different variation. The first one is going to utilize McCormick's Easy Pinch Cajun seasoning. And then the other one, I'm going to use my all-time favorite seasoning brand, which is Kinder's. So it's the Kinder's Callie's Blackened seasoning. So going to season both of those up, throw them on the frying pan, and see what we get. So stay tuned. All right, so we got our 2 catfish fillets. Now again, they're pretty thin, and I do have the skin on the back. I was gonna take the skin off of them, but because the fillets are just so thin, I just decided to keep it on there. Plus, I mean, the skin also does add some nutrient value to it and some flavor. So I probably won't eat the skin, but I'm gonna keep it on there and cook it with it. So our recipe is really, really easy. It just calls for 3 different ingredients. Either a blackened seasoning or a blackened, whatever you call it, mixture of spices. And then also, or if you just want to do it straight with any kind of Cajun seasoning. So I got this McCormick's Perfect Pinch Cajun. Now this stuff, I tried just a little dab on my finger, and this has some kick to it. It is really hot. I love Kinder's, the blend, which is like a garlic, salt, and pepper mixture. That I use on all kinds of things. So I just like the Kinder's brand, but this Callie's Blackened has a lot of flavor. It's really good. So you can find either one of these at your local grocery store. The other ingredient is just olive oil. You can also use butter. I didn't have any butter handy, so I'm just using olive oil. But we're gonna go ahead and season this up, throw it in the frying pan, and it takes about 15 minutes to get ready. So what I'm going to do with one, I'm just going to put the Kinder's Callie's Blackened on one, and then on the other fillet, I'm going to use just this. So on this one, we're going to dab or sprinkle, this stuff is hot again. So just to kind of coat this side. That's the one with the Callie's Blackened from Kinder's. And that's the McCormick's Easy Pinch. All right, wish me luck. So we're gonna start off first with the McCormick's seasoning, the Easy Pinch Cajun. So this one was the one that had a lot of kick to it. This one was spicy, more in line with the Cajun theme. So let's give this one a try first. And no skin on it, so Really good. I thought it was going to be more spicy, but no, it's perfect. Man, beautiful, beautiful white fish, just perfectly flaky, perfectly seasoned. Yeah. Beautiful. Now, if you wanted a little more kick to it, I would say, put that up there. There we go. You can kind of see it a little bit better. If you if you want more spice to it, I would definitely recommend probably maybe some cayenne pepper. But otherwise, just this is really good. I could imagine, you know, I wish I had some lemon with me or some lemon juice. That would make this, that would make this perfect. My manners, eating with my hands, but whatever. That's how I do it. Get this chunk here. Just pull the skin off. There we go. Really good. The McCormick seasoning, the Cajun seasoning, really good. So now we're gonna move on over to the Kinder's Callie's Blackened. I got high hopes for this one because I love Kinder's. Let's do it. Let's start off with a nice chunky piece. Look at that. Beautiful. Let me flip that over for you. Ooh. There we go. Check that out. Perfect. Both really good. Probably needs a little bit of salt. Probably needs a little bit of salt as well, and maybe a little bit of cayenne, but both really good. And again, I think the lemon would be great for these. Let me take the skin off. I love catfish. Catfish has to be hands down one of my favorites. I think it's just got the best flavor to it. It was really good. And I mean, this just takes a couple minutes to cook. And it is right, just flakes right apart. Perfect flavor. Easy to make. Nutritious, sustainable, resourceful, renewable resource. There we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, these recipes are great for catfish. Really easy to cook, really easy to prepare. And you know what? I think you guys are going to love them as much as I did. Really hope you get out there and see what's in God's grocery store. It's all waiting for you in a nearby field, forest, river, or lake. This is it. Well, guys, that's about it for today's video. Just a real quick one. Wanted to get out there on the kayak and really give it a try fishing. You know, it was basically my first time really taking it out. The first time I went out there was just real quick to see how it was, if I could even manage to not tip it over. So pretty proud of myself this time. Actually got out there and got to explore in it. Do some fishing, catch a nice little catfish, and make us a catch and cook. So I'm glad you guys were able to accompany me on that one. You know, again, I do these videos not just to, get out there and get some footage of my fishing and hunting, but also I do this to bring the word of the gospel to all you guys and to anyone out there watching. And so it's my prayer, it's my hope that the video today is a blessing to someone out there, a blessing to one of you watching, and I do hope that it will encourage you to get out there and get into God's creation and see all the wonderful, beautiful things that He has created for us. So again, I hope you guys will get out there. I hope you guys will see God in all the fine details. And I hope that you all have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed month, a blessed year, and a blessed life. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.